Today we start with the arrest of Scottie Scheffler, the #1 golfer in the world. I did a video earlier in the week about the prosecutor in this case.
Scottie Scheffler is not a name that a lot of people would know, perhaps if they didn't follow the sport, but it's not a name that is not widely known literally around the world. He flies by private jet back to his home. Indeed, is it Fort Worth or Dallas? You know, which one?
Judge, if he needs to be here, I'll have him here.
And then let's begin the process of trying to see when and if this matter could be resolved prior to the next court date, and not move the arraignment out and then expect at the time of the arraignment, whatever is expected, that something is going to happen that's going to be a significant step or steps at that time.
Maybe I'm confused.
And I was going to just leave it at that, but now the Louisville police have released new video footage, so I think it's worth taking another look. For those of you who are unaware about the story, here's a quick breakdown from an ESPN reporter who was on the scene.
Another issue that happened involving a pedestrian, completely separate from the incident we're discussing right now. The police cars that you're seeing in these videos had nothing to do with the Scheffler incident until it occurred. Scheffler was essentially trying to enter Valhalla while police officers were restricting entrance. He attempted to go into the shoulder, the median, the left median, to go essentially around the traffic. An officer in the rain, in a yellow jacket, told Scheffler to stop. Scheffler continued to drive. The police officer then attached himself to the vehicle that Scheffler was driving. Scheffler then continued for about 10 to 15 yards. At that point, he stopped the vehicle. The police officer, while yelling obscenities, took out his flashlight, began to hit Scheffler's car with the flashlight, telling him to get out of the car. When Scheffler rolled down the window, the officer then ripped open the car, pulled Scheffler by the arm out of the car, pushed him up against the vehicle, placed him in handcuffs, and immediately walked him to the patrol car. At that time, Scheffler, I was watching this from 5 to 10 feet away, turned to me and essentially said, "Can you help me?" An officer then approached me, told me to get back. I informed the officer that I was a member of the media, at which point he said, "There's nothing you can do. He's going to jail." Shortly after, another officer approached me with a pad in hand and said, "Do you know the name of the person that we just arrested?"
One thing to keep in mind here is the only reason that this is the only video footage is because the cops supposedly did not turn on their body cameras.
And we have some new information regarding the arrest of the #1 golfer, Scottie Scheffler, yesterday.
Yeah, we've now learned that there is no body camera footage from that interaction with Scheffler when he was arrested yesterday and the LMPD officer.
Now when you watch this video, just remember, according to the official police story, Scheffler was driving, disobeyed the orders by the police officer, and then dragged that cop for 10 or 15 yards. What I see when I watch this is a PGA player trying to drive very slowly through a chaotic situation in order to get to the golf course for the PGA Championship. And the whole thing just seems completely ridiculous when you consider the speed at which he's driving and the lack of seriousness to the situation of letting a PGA player into a golf course. Not to mention, as I said in my previous video, that this car would be marked as a player vehicle or a tournament official vehicle, so they knew he was allowed into the event. Maybe when you watch it, you'll have a different reaction, but here's the full video that Louisville Metro released.